James Gunn has been getting a lot of flack and hate when it comes to the Joker 2. Yeah, the Joker 2, the Todd Phillips movie. Yeah, that. James is getting blamed for it. Who's blaming James? The toxic, trash, beta male, incel-filled Zack SnyderCult. They're back. Absent good. Rest in peace. The absolute worst fandom in pop culture. Even more worse than the Star Wars fandom. And that's saying something. Because Star Wars fanboys are trash. They're back targeting James because we understand what it is. James Gunn is the head of DC now. And James, it's not really personal why they attacked James, but it's personal now that they've chosen to attack James, and in the future, they don't mind getting personal, even so far as when James goes to Twitter to try to save lives and talk about his own personal pain, which we see here in this tweet. He says, "I just lost a friend to alcoholism. I'm devastated. If you're struggling with alcoholism or addiction, please reach out to someone. If you're considering getting help or trying to get sober, please do. I wouldn't have anything in my life. I probably wouldn't have a life if it weren't for my sobriety. My hope is my friend's loss might lead to the well-being of someone out there who needs to hear these words. May that person, maybe that person is you. Love." Wholesome, positive tweet. Seen some tweets in response. SnyderCult replied to this talking about, "Oh, that's what your friend gets. That's what you get. You took away the Snyderverse. You're releasing bad DC movies. You're toxic. You're garbage. Oh yeah. This is what you're running DC into the ground." Well, this has nothing to do with DC. This has nothing to do with the Snyder Cult. But they made it about themselves. He's over here trying to save lives. He's trying to share his passion, his pain. And guess what the Snyder Cult did? Weaponized it into hate. That's what they do. I have my own story of pain. I lost my dog in 2018. It was terrible. I loved Simba. When it happened, which was public, they tell me to F my dead dog, and they were glad that he was dead. This is what the Snyder Cult does. The toxic, evil fan base that worship Zack Snyder, who is a hack, mind you, who's a terrible director. He needs a rubric and guidelines so that he can make anything great. If he just has to create, he can't do it. That's how you get Rebel Moon. Garbage. And that zombie movie he made. Garbage. He has 3 garbage movies on Netflix right now. Prove what I said. He's a hack. He's a streaming director. And not only that, he's a Netflix streaming director. Exclusive Netflix streaming director. But yeah, that's what they did with me. James Gunn's involvement in the Joker 2 was clarified not only by James, but by Todd Phillips himself. A report details here that Gunn's involvement in Joker 2 and who's to blame for the disastrous box office weekend. The first Joker was a success, over $1 billion as we know it. Joker 2 performed well below expectations. Opening weekend, it may lose money due to its $200 million budget. Now, don't quote me on this, but I think that the budget for the first Joker movie was $50 million. And a $50 million budget grossing over $1 billion is what I call a hell of a return on your investment. Whoever invested that 50, I know you like, yeah, boy, on those returns. I'm sure they got a percentage of the box office on top of a hard cap of what they're getting back. I'm pretty sure if whoever invested the 50, or the people who invested the 50, they probably invested 50 million. Let's just say it's one person. Let's say one person invested, let's make it interesting. Let's say Denzel Washington invested $50 million to fund the Joker, right? Denzel probably said, all right, I'll give you $50 million for $80 million when the movie's done. bring $30 million back. Good deal. But Denzel probably said, I'll give you 50 million cash to make it. Bring me 80 plus 20% of the box office. Now that's when you're starting to get paid. You know what I mean? So that's just good to think about. But yeah, somebody's to blame for this shit being $200 million. Tell me if I'm lying or not. The Joker, with a $50 million budget, looks more expensive than the Joker 2, with a budget 4 times its value. Tell me if I'm lying. You watch both of the movies? Joker 1 looks like it had more value. Joker 2 was barely in the city. I mean, there was an explosion here and there, but I don't see it. I don't see the $200 million budget going to work. It only grossed $37.8 million domestically and $114.8 million worldwide. But word of mouth is so slow that it likely won't get any better. So low. While Gunn and Peter Safran run DC Studios, the pair are not to blame for Joker 2. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Gunn told director Todd Phillips, Gunn and Todd Phillips emphasized they did not work together on the project. He clarified on social media that the DC logo didn't even appear in the film's credits. They asked about if the Joker 2, before it released, would the new DC logo that James Gunn crafted be at the beginning of the Joker 2, and the answer to that was no, which further exemplifies that, he didn't make it. Todd Phillips came out and said he didn't make it, but James did say he gave notes. James did say he gave Todd Phillips notes, which means that it is possible that that Todd used some of those notes. It's a possibility. So Todd didn't say if he used the notes or not. So we really don't know. But what I do know is that Todd Phillips gets the credit for making Joker 2 by an abundance. Let's say that he gave the notes to, like I said, he gave the notes to Todd Phillips. Todd Phillips said, oh, hey, all right, let me use some of these ideas. Then I would give James 30% of the blame. If he gave the notes and Todd didn't use the notes, James Gunn gets 0% of the blame for this failure. Now, where we stand now, factually, is that James said, I gave notes. Todd said he didn't have nothing to do with it. I'm of the mindset that James had nothing to do with it. But to be fair, I'll put 10% on James just because he said he gave notes. Because when you give notes, you never know if you're like, maybe just a little change you make to your own shit. That's why, as movie reviewers, we don't want to know other people's opinion. I don't watch anybody else's movie review, because before I do my own, I'm good, bro. Let me do my thing. Then maybe I'll see another review from a reviewer. That's just how I am, because I don't want my opinion swayed, directly or indirectly. But guess what? That doesn't matter to the cult, because the Snyder Cult said, James, you're the reason why Joker 2 failed. The toxic, trash Snyder Cult have come out and blamed James Gunn for why Joker 2 by Todd Phillips flopped. You see the desperation? This is the desperation that I'm talking about. It's not about him being James Gunn. It could have been anybody in that position. The fact that he's running DC and he's moved on from garbage Snyder makes him the enemy of the Snyder Cult. And they're going to come at him every single time bad DC news comes out. There's going to be some that come for him and blame it on him. Even though James had nothing to do with Joker 2 outside of those notes that he admitted to. Although James Gunn didn't come into DC until well after Joker 2 was underway and being done, it doesn't matter to the cult. Because when you're in a cult, you lose your sense of logic. You lose your sense of reason. Critical thinking is gone. It's really about worship and doing and being a yes man. Saying what the narrative is of the cult, given by the cult leader. Their leader is Zack Snyder, who has fallen off his totem pole, down into the bottom of the ground. And I don't even know if he'll even make a Netflix movie again. I'm not even sure that Netflix wants to work with him no more. After Rebel Moon 1 and 2 came out. Talk about a waste of space. He's a hack and his cult is a hack. Imagine having a hack and then having a cult for that hack. Hey, shit is crazy. But that's exactly what they are. They don't care about life. They only care about the cult leader. That's the only person that makes sense to them. That's why a lot of cultists have killed themselves, killed their parents, thrown themselves off of cliffs for their cult and for their cult leader. It's happened. What was the name of that movie? Midsommar. If you see the movie Midsommar, SnyderCult, but they don't look like that. You know, the Midsommar people are in all white. They're in a clean, grassy plain. They have food and all that. The SnyderCult would be manifestation physically of big fat old women, turkey necks. Each one of them got herpes and syphilis, and their teeth are falling out. Think of Ursula from the 90s, 1990s Ursula. Think about a whole bunch of people that look like that for women. And the men, they look like men who would get with that. So make that a visual in your head. That's what they are. Check out Midsommar, though. It's pretty okay. It has really entertaining parts, but overall, it's pretty okay. I lost my daughter in 2018 as well. I think I lost Simba in 2019, but I lost my daughter in 2018. And you would think that, you know, a Snyder cult who lie and say they care about Zack's dead daughter, by the way, it's not his real daughter. That was a foster kid. And I understand about stepdads and foster parents saying that's my son and my daughter. I'm all for that. I have a stepfather, but let's keep it a buck. There's a little bit of a difference. You didn't birth them. That's not your DNA. So the daughter that he lost was a foster child. It wasn't even his real daughter. I'm just talking about the facts. And then they mourned and wept and said, oh, give to the Snyder cult. Give to us. Give to American Suicide Prevention Hotline. That's what it's for. We're good people. No, you're not. Because I lost my real daughter in real life. And y'all wish death on her. I'm glad your daughter's dead, is what I remember. Yeah. I'm glad your daughter's dead. That's why your daughter's dead. Yeah, that type of stuff. That evil, toxic shit. These are some of the things that I had to deal with. And then let alone the bullying and all the other stuff, cyberbullying that goes on. But none of that affected me. In 2019, I think it was 2019, I partnered up with Andy Signor. He has the Screen Junkie guy. You guys probably know him from that, but he's different now. What I mean, his content's different. He's Popcorn Planet. He's the guy on Popcorn Planet. I partnered with Andy Signor to do, it was great. We had some great collaborations. We've developed a friendship off of it. But sadly, he saw their cult-like ways and he was critiquing them and they came at him hard. And Andy's terrified of being canceled because he was canceled and he doesn't want to get canceled again because it's no fun. And the Snyder Cult attacked him, and they attacked him almost as much as they attacked me. But for him, he couldn't take it. He called me. I remember him calling me one day, Jody, I can't. These fools are toxic. My mental psyche is affected. They're non-stop, terribly evil. They won't stop. I said, bro, I understand. I understand what the call was about. The call was him backing out on fighting against this toxic cult. He didn't see the value of it. It wasn't worth it. The bullshit that he was going through. And I understand. I don't understand why anybody would bow down to the cult. But I told him, and I said, I understand. You got to do what you got to do. Do your own thing, bro. I said, I got this. I told him, I got this. Fall back. I handle these bitches by myself. Because it started by myself. I started the locomotive. I branded Reject the Snyder Cult. I branded them a cult. And I am proud to have named the toxic side of Zack's fandom, the Zack Snyder cult. I'm proud of it. Proud that we got y'all destroyed up out of here, bro. I couldn't be happier about the shit. So I told him, I got this, bro. And then he went and did other shit. Perfectly fine. But that's an example of exactly how evil the Snyder Cult is. And then you guys fell, lost, blah, everything falling down. And here we are with a new DC, a new DCU, a new one. Fresh, clean slate. You nerds made a toxic hashtag to bring back the Snyder Cut, and they gave it to you, and then you nerd dweeb mouses wanted your freaking glass of milk with your cookie and said, good, now that you're willing to negotiate with terrorists, we want the Snyderverse to be restored. Air Force One. Harrison Ford was the president of the United States. We do not negotiate with terrorists. Gary Oldman, who was playing the terrorist at the time, said, you're going to release the general from prison. Do it not, and I will kill your family. Harrison Ford looked right at him and said, no. No. He put the pistol to his daughter's head. He said, which one do you love? He brought up the daughter. He said, come here. Took the president's daughter, put the gun to his head. I think he said, I'm going to count to 10 or 3, one of them. But either way, he got to 1, and president said, all right, I'll do it. Don't hurt my family. He said, this was all we wanted. They made the call. The president from the airplane, the Air Force One, which was hijacked at the time, made the call to the Russian president. The Russian president made a call to the warden. Then the warden released the war criminal. Because the terrorist had the president's family at the end of a barrel of a gun. Now, this isn't a story of what would you do in this situation. Would you do it or not? I mean, that's up to you to decide. But that terrorist said we were done here. After the president was gone, after they released him, the president said to the terrorist, what's going to happen to me and my family? You let us go. He said, sorry, I lied. The president seemed perplexed, like, why would you do this, terrorist? We had a deal. The terrorist looked at him and said, well, since you're so willing to negotiate with terrorism, I need to keep you for other things that I need. Not knowing that falling and caping and giving in to that toxic fandom created an even more monster. They gave the toxic terrorists, by the example, the terrorist here, in case you don't know, was the Snyder Cult. They said, give us movie, give us movie, give us movie. Unfinished movie. Not only did they give you a movie that didn't exist, they had $100 million to make the movie and then gave it to you. And then after you got the movie, yay! Give us movie, Snyderverse, give us universe, give us this. It doesn't stop. It won't stop. Universe got flushed down the toilet though. Walter Hamada, his last good deed was making that Flash movie, flushing the Snyderverse down the toilet. We call that game over. We officially won the war. Well, I mean me and us and every one of my people in my chat right now. Anybody who's a Jody's Corner patron or member or a stakeholder, so to say. We won. We defeated the trash, garbage Snyder Cult. And it felt good. It still feels good. I didn't fall to the cyberbullying because I come from a different era of society. I grew up in the 90s and I was raised in the 2000s. Social media? What type of organization is the Snyder Cult? Is this one of those real cults that go out there with picket signs in people's faces and get in the faces of people and say, we want the Snyder Cut, and be toxic and throw stuff on people and call them idiots, and I hope your dad's dead, I hope you die, I hope you get COVID? Are they doing that? Are they that type of people? Are they real people? No, they're not. Because you could punch a real person in the face. You could arrest a real person. You could tell a real person to their face how you disagree. The Snyder Cult is a social media weapon. It's fake. It's digits, bots, nerds behind keyboards, incels, witches, demonic possessed idiots, Satanists. There are some members in the Snyder Cult that are unaware that there's witches and demons in the cult that practice that shit. These are the type of people. Well, why the freak would I care? Shout out to Evil for dropping 10 gifted subs as I'm out here cooking. I'm cooking. Shout out to Evil Sarah giving 10 subs to the family. Look at all these names getting added for show. It's a social media organization. It's just dweebs and incels behind keyboards. I'm not from this society. I didn't grow up in this social media bullshit, digital bitch-made age. Motherfuckers are throwing themselves out of buildings. Kids are blowing their brains out in the stall of bathrooms because they can't get no pussy. Suicide rates through the roof. School shootings amok. The only school shooting I remember was Columbine, and that was a problem. It was everywhere talking about that Columbine. Now, there's a Columbine every other week, my nigga. Soft society we live in. I didn't grow up in that shit. Where I'm from, bullies get bullied. And I ain't talking about the social media ones. I'm talking about the ones that's waiting for you to catch a fade at 3 o'clock. Real ones who understand what I'm talking about know. I come from an era where you get chased out your classroom, bro, and you running to not get beat by 4-5 niggas. And you gonna come to me with a social media social bully. Nigga, that shit don't work on me. She don't work on me. Social media bullies? What is that? Freak out of here. None of that matters to me. That's why it don't affect me. Y'all ain't real to me. I understand y'all. And I understand that some of y'all don't even realize y'all in a cult. Some of y'all don't even realize, if you do research, you don't realize that Hack Snyder funded the Snyder Cult and bots to put these fake accounts out here like that. He's behind that shit. You guys don't know what I know. I've exposed him. He knows I'm his #1 hater when it comes to DC. I used his best friend against him. Used his words and exposed Clay. Exposed Zack. Trampled him down to the ground. Because I'm not a... I'm old school. Oh, I'm an old head. Yeah, I'm an old head now. I'm an uncle now. I'm Uncle Jody now. All right. I wear that with pride. Ain't no social media. That shit don't mean shit to me. And some of y'all on Twitter really typing like y'all affected me. I laugh at that shit. And that's why I'm here now. Call in and talk to me then. Call in and talk to me. You're being toxic to Zack. I mean, you're being toxic to James. You're being toxic to my fans. You're being toxic to regular fans. You're being toxic to DC fans who don't even know about the Snyderverse or don't even remember it. Let DC move on. Let DC move on. Whoo, the lights going off up in here. This, what you see, is the Jody's Corner family. I remember the Snyder Cult. Who's giving him so much money? Is it money? Film gob. Wrecked. Where's he? Those donations ain't real. Those ain't real donations. Somebody dropped a $1,000 donation on me 2 nights ago, bruh. Somebody. I didn't say I made 1,000. I said one person dropped 1,000 on me. You see these plaques and tattoos on my walls? You see all of these tattoos on my walls? You see this? Her name is Renata Dunn. Every tattoo was drawn by hand, artist, to give them a representative in my studio. Every person who has a tat on this wall has donated $500 to me on stream in one shot. I'm not talking 500 total. I'm talking every tattoo on this wall represents a $500 donation. Oh, there's some over there too. That's what I'm talking about. You see this? This is called a plaque. That's the real deal. Custom made from Jody's Corner. This is Manny Singh. In order to get you could get a theme of whatever you want. Any hero, anime character, we celebrate you. We celebrate you, and you're enshrined on the Jody's Corner Wall of Fame. This is a plaque. See how beautiful that is? That is a custom-made plaque. Just like this plaque, and this plaque. And just like this plaque, and this plaque, and this plaque. Shout out to Booker T. And this plaque, 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 and the 7 other plaques that I have being repaired. Every one of those plaques is somebody who donated $1,000 in a live stream in one shot, just like Evil did 2 days ago. Just like there's the love being shown because I represent the mother freaking team. And just like Knox Shadow dropped a nifty 50 on your boy the right way. Yes. Oh shoot, Eternals, nigga, let's go. Eternals, fire, let's go. Appreciate it, Knock. I greatly appreciate it. That is what my community is about. A community of some misfits, some dweebs, some nerds, some incels, some bad bitches, some thick bitches, some amazing women, some honorable men, some mean guys, regular mother freakers, bro, with common sense. I would like to say that that is one of the qualities that come from being a Jody's Corner member on the high levels. Common sense. And we together have managed to fight against toxicity and to fight against the hate that Zack Snyder's Cult brought. You guys have been nothing but terrible. And I put the tweet out. I'm getting a lot of action. Let me just show you guys. Can I show you guys what type of things that people have said to me on Twitter? Let's watch some of these things. This guy, doesn't matter, he's using gifts. Jody's corny. Look at this dude right here. Yeah, dude showed some love. I showed my Reject the SnyderCult merch. Oh yes, do you guys remember the Reject the SnyderCult merch? Oh, that shit was selling off of the shelves. But we know that Ye Fisher was upset. We know that Zack Snyder was upset. We understand. Get a job. Okay, boomer. Dead horse this. We moved on. DC overs beat a dead horse. You're a scumbag. I'm a scumbag. Laughing. Ha ha ha. Yes. Yes. They want smoke. Look, Jody's corner coon. Oh, Jody's corny coon. I'm a coon now. So based off of my opinion as a black man, that I don't think Snyder's good or his fan base, I'm a coon. I don't understand how that relates, since Snyder's not white. He's not black. So how am I a coon? Now I'm a coon. For sure. That's okay though. You're too fat to run. Be quiet. All right, nice. You talking shit? Yeah. I like that. I put the tweet out. Call in. Let's talk. Man to man or man to bitch. But let's talk. Let's talk. And that's what I want to do. I want to invite the toxic trash, loud keyboard warrior fandom to call in. I'll talk to anybody. Guess what? Time's come. The phone lines are open. The phone lines are open. Don't play. The phone lines are open. There's the number. Call me now. 323-801-8059. Let's see the cult. Let's see if they're exactly what I think they are. Cowards. Keyboard warriors. Gift senders. Gifts. GIFs, or whatever the freak you call it. That's what they are, bro. Memers. There's the phone. Pick it up, dial the numbers. I know people don't even dial phones like that anymore. You realize everything's text. I think text is even over above dialing a number. Jeez, man. That shit crazy. I still come from an era where it's like, hey, how you doing? What's your name? My name's Jody. What's your number? And then I call the phone. It doesn't happen that way no more. I've been having calls on my streams for a while. And every topic, every time, no matter what, my phone blows up off the hook. The lines have been open for over a minute, and this shit's silent. Nobody but SnyderCult call. Nobody but the cult. I want to expose them for exactly what they are. The number is here. Here's the number. Where y'all at? Where they at? Is this shit working? Damn. Yo. Yeah. Microphone checker. SnyderCult trash. Niggas ain't calling because they some bitches. Okay. 323-801-8059, right? Okay. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. No, still nothing. Three, 2, 3, 8, 0, 1, 8, 0, 5, 9. I think I'll go to the grocery store today. I gotta get some apples and oranges. I think I'll do that. I had a salad today. It was pretty good. I had a salad with olive oil in. I thought because this diet that I'm on, it'll be hard, but it's gonna be hard. But lemon juice does help. Lemon juice helps a lot. Wait, hold on, this can't be right. Oh, yeah, rent, coon, this, that, oh, trap, you trash. Look at my dude right here. Nigga, I kept calling that number yesterday. Your shit was more backed up than LA traffic. I know. People love calling in. They call in like crazy. But why is no one calling in that way? SnyderCult? Wait, there they are. That's them, right? Yeah, that's them. Look, SnyderCult. Look, cringe. This blah blah. SnyderCult. Seek help. I'm sick. Look. Oh, look at all of them. Make sure there's a lot of people. There's a lot. Snyder. They coming at me though. Wait, that's a lot of internet. Man, just making. Oh look, tell him yourself. He's live right now. You could tell him yourself right now. He's live and having call-ins, but we both know you wouldn't dare. Look. Other people are even retweeting it. It's like my service isn't working anymore. Nothing else needs to be said, guys. It's just the internet. Where I'm from, bullies get bullied. This is why they gonna stay bed bugs. Deuces.